If you look at the routines of modern billionaires, you will find a dizzying array of optimization: cold plunges, smart drugs, sleep trackers, and engineered schedules. Then you have the routine of a man who turned 95 in the exact same Omaha house he bought in 1958. Warren Buffett starts his morning by driving himself to McDonald's. His wife leaves exact change in his car for one of 3 specific breakfast options, dictated entirely by how prosperous he feels the stock market is that morning. He washes this down with the first of 5 cans of cherry Coke he consumes daily. He avoids computers. He has no management consultants. He does not use social media. Yet, operating on a diet and a schedule that most modern executives would consider completely outdated, he has generated a track record that outperforms every hyper-optimized hedge fund in history. Buffett operates on a specific logic. His daily actions function as an engine. This small gear represents his simple, daily inputs. As it turns over decades, it catches the massive wheel of compounding returns, where wisdom and capital multiply almost automatically. His extraordinary track record is the byproduct of relentless consistency. He locked in a few highly effective inputs early in life and never stopped repeating them. This starts with a strategic elimination of choice. By automating his meals, his wardrobe, and his lifestyle, Buffett removes decision fatigue from his day. He protects his mental energy, reserving every ounce of his cognitive bandwidth for his actual job, allocating capital. But protecting mental energy is only useful if the void is filled with high-quality data. Years ago, an aspiring investor named Todd Combs attended a class at Columbia University, where Buffett was speaking, and asked exactly how to prepare for a successful career. Pointing to a massive stack of reports, trade publications, and physical newspapers much like these, Buffett gave a precise instruction: read 500 pages like this every day. That's how knowledge works. It builds up, like compound interest. Combs heeded the advice, reading up to 1,000 pages a day before eventually becoming an investment manager at Berkshire Hathaway. Carving out time for this volume of research relies on a principle from Buffett's partner, Charlie Munger. Early in his law career, Munger realized he was selling his time to clients while neglecting his own growth. He decided to sell himself an hour a day, becoming his own most valuable client and dedicating his best morning hour strictly to reading. By automating his lifestyle to preserve energy and paying himself first in knowledge, Buffett ensures he goes to bed a little bit smarter than when he woke up. Feeding the engine with information requires a specialized filter for focus. Buffett once walked his private jet pilot, Mike Flint, through a specific exercise to gain clarity on his life's work. He told Flint to write down his top 25 career goals. Then, he asked him to review the list and circle only the top 5 absolute highest priorities. Flint agreed, stating he would focus on those 5 while working on the other 20 when he found the time. Buffett saw it differently. Everything Flint did not circle became his avoid at all cost list. These uncircled items represent the most dangerous distractions, goals we care just enough about to drain time away from the 5 things that actually matter. This clarity of purpose creates a strict boundary Buffett calls the circle of competence. As you can see in this animation, he imagines a spotlight over the market. Inside the light are the few businesses he deeply understands. Outside is everything else. During the technology boom of the late 1990s, the space outside his spotlight was filled with massive, rapid gains. Financial media ridiculed Buffett for sitting on the sidelines. He ignored them. He refused to step out of his circle into businesses he didn't understand. When the dot-com bubble eventually burst, his discipline protected Berkshire's compounding engine while others were wiped out. As Buffett notes, the size of your circle of knowledge is not nearly as important as mapping its boundaries and having the discipline to stay inside them. This long-term discipline rests on a foundational philosophical choice: the inner scorecard. Buffett illustrates this with a stark thought experiment. Would you rather be the world's greatest lover but have everyone think you're the world's worst? Or would you rather be the world's worst lover but have everyone think you're the world's greatest? It is a question of where you derive your value. An outer scorecard relies on public perception and status. An inner scorecard measures your actions strictly against your own moral and professional standards, regardless of the crowd's opinion. You see this internal focus in his downtime. Even at 95, Buffett spends up to 8 hours a week playing bridge. He doesn't play for an audience. He plays because the game requires constant probabilistic thinking, the same mental exercise he uses to allocate capital. He remains deeply pragmatic about the limits of this engine. In a recent release to shareholders, he acknowledged the reality of aging, writing, "Father Time is undefeated. For him, everyone ends up on his scorecard as wins. When balance, sight, hearing, and memory are all on a persistently downward slope, you know Father Time is in the neighborhood." Facing that reality, his ultimate metric for success has nothing to do with a bank account. He measures his success by how many of the people you want to have love you actually do love you. Continuous reading and extreme focus built his wealth, but it is the inner scorecard that built the life. As this single, simple drop shows, consistency creates ripples that outlast us all. Choose one habit today, protect it, and let it compound. Subscribe to the Rice Standard for more.